there are 3 starting linebacker positions. There's only 2 in the nickel. So what's going on with all these changes in all these lineups that we're seeing at the linebacker level? Let's talk about that today. Welcome back to Ryan Going Rogue. It's nice to see all you guys. A little bit of a change up. Again, just like the other video from the last one that went up, a little bit less editing time for me. So I'm going to make a couple of cuts, but not too many, and try to give you guys chunks of what the players had to say themselves after I give you my rundown of what it looks like's happening to me. So that said, we're going to talk about the linebacker level today, and if you're new around here, I do that quite a bit. Make sure you get subscribed and hit the notification bell so you know when something new goes up. Leave your comment below, and if you like this video, hit that thumbs up. It really helps YouTube know that I'm talking about the Chiefs and you guys are digging it. So, that said, a couple of linebackers have spoken to the media the last couple of days, and one really stood out in that we've heard a lot about the change to the base 4-3 defense, and that's really going to be a positive for a couple of players. And one that spoke to the media just the other day was Anthony Hitchens, a guy that is much maligned because of his play last season, which I have really tried to hone in on and determine mostly because of the scheme and the particular responsibilities and way he was coached in terms of reading and reacting rather than attacking downhill. We've gone over that quite a bit on the Locked On Chiefs podcast, so check that out if you haven't heard it yet. But in general, had a lot of interesting things to say from Anthony, and as well as things that mirrored what Reggie Ragland had said a couple days before that. So we're going to hear from both of them in this video. Just want to get those across and really show you the way both of them are tracking as guys that are going to be starters in the base and may have interesting roles beyond that. Now, Anthony Hitchens is pretty comfortable in this 4-3, unlike the 3-4. He didn't look comfortable all season to me. Didn't look like he was feeling instinctual that he could play fast because his background is in the 4-3. 4 years at Iowa, 4 years in Dallas, and then you switch to the 3-4, which has different responsibilities, different names, different terminology, and really a completely different look at what you're trying to do in the front seven. So it is a transition, and I put a lot of his play last season on that, but he definitely looks like he's ready to move forward. The interesting part is he's learning a lot of positions. We've seen the rotation in training camp be all over the place, and that includes Reggie Ragland, who echoed the same thing, and it's got to be telling about just how many spots they're trying to find and how many combinations they're putting together to find the right mixture at each position.
Yeah, improving every day, playing a lot of different positions. Coaches are trying to move guys around, switch positions every day, and see the best 22 or 23 guys that can make the team on defense. So I'm just taking it all in and trying to improve every day. Yeah, this is my 3rd year and my 3rd scheme, so I'm used to it. Every playbook is different. This one has its challenges, pros and cons in every defense, and I'm just learning. I'm not just learning the Mike position, the Will, the Buck, the Sam. I'm learning all of them. So you never know where you might end up in the season. So I'm learning them all, trying to embrace it the best way I can, and try to feed all the info that I get to my other teammates.
Oh, it's fun, man. It's fun. They got me playing different positions, so I'm learning a lot as a Joker, as a Sam, and as the Mike. So it's fun learning it, but I just got to keep getting better, keep studying, and keep asking the necessary questions to keep getting better in the scheme. Way comfortable, but there's still things I got to tighten up on. But I just got, like I said, just keep asking coaches the questions and keep harping on them the best way for me to understand and learn it.
Now, the big takeaway from that is that they both mentioned positions that are associated with the 4-3, the Sam, the Mike, the Will. Those are normal. Now, the Buck is also a term that's used in both the 4-3 and the 3-4, but mostly in the 4-3. And it's going to be a guy that can move around. He's going to have some blitz responsibilities, which I think is going to be very key this season. But the interesting thing is that Reggie Ragland brings up the Joker linebacker. And now, I don't know Steve Spagnuolo's terminology. It's a hybrid is my guess, and Joker's a term that's usually used in reference to a 3-4 linebacker, but again, a guy that has pass rush responsibility. And I told you from last season, we saw a couple of times blitzing from inside, just rushing in general. Reggie Ragland has some spark to him in terms of getting pressure on quarterbacks. So I like that particular role, and the fact that he used that term is interesting to me, that we're going to see maybe more of a mixture than we really plan to see right now. And the nice thing about that is those roles also can tend to moving into the nickel in and out pretty quick too, because of the personnel design there. So we're going to see a lot of that, and I think those guys in particular, along with Damien Wilson, who Anthony Hitchens had some really high comments for, and is a guy that he played with in Dallas. He's kind of serving in a mentor role, but I was very impressed with the way Wilson's moving, attacking. I think he's going to make some big plays for him, and you'll hear that here in a minute. But the other interesting thing is Anthony Hitchens himself is starting to move around a little bit better. Did a lot of cycling over the break to try and loosen his hips, which I think is going to be key. Hips are central to changing your direction, especially in coverage. And Reggie as well says that he's feeling better, that the knee was an issue, that his knee feels good now. I think that's an indication that they kind of underplayed how Reggie's knee was all of last season. That may be a factor in how he played as well. So I'm fairly optimistic about both the linebackers, and we should probably hear from them in their own words.
I take pride in being a leader. I'll set the defense. I get everybody lined up, and I try to lead by example the right way on and off the field. And those guys are the same way. A lot of energy. If you guys been watching practice, you see the defensive side is a little more energetic. More guys are running around having fun. So yeah, everyone leads in different ways. I probably won't be the one that's out there yelling and jumping up and down and rah-rahing, but there's other ways to lead, and mine is more in the classroom and getting guys right and make sure we perform on Sunday.
What's it been like working with Damien Wilson after being in Dallas together, now being here together?
Yeah, it was a good reunite. That guy's out here forcing fumbles and interceptions every day. So he's a good ball player. He's going to help us win a lot of games this year. And all I could do here is just be a bigger brother and help him out and this scheme and everything.
How much more comfortable do you feel going back to a 4-3 as opposed to a 3-4? Obviously, last year you weren't used to that playing a 4-3 in Dallas, and now you're going back to it.
Yeah, it's very comfortable. My 4 years in college was a 4-3, 4 years in Dallas was a 4-3, and my 1 year last year was a 3-4. So I'm comfortable with it. A lot of similar terminology, similar line stunts and back rotations into 3 deep. So I'm familiar with it, and I'm trying to get better at it, and I'm just trying to have the best year yet.
What's your initial impression of Frank Clark?
He's everything that you expected. He's a great rusher. He can play the run. He's running to the ball from one end to the other end. He's going to help us win a lot of games, and just excited, to be able to play with him. I watched him play. I played against him when he was at Michigan. I went to Iowa, so I heard about him and seen him play for a long time, and it's been an honor so far playing with him. It's a lot of challenges, but at the end of the day, we got to get it done. If we want to win, you got to get it done. There's other teams in the league that's going through the same thing. No one's going to feel sorry for us on week 1, so we got to find a way to get it done, and that's what we're trying to do. It's a lot different. When you got more energy, that means you're running more. You see me now, I'm sweating. I'm losing about 10 pounds a day when we're in pads. So it's just more energy, more running, more plays. It's just different. Not to speak on last year or not, it was 2019 where our goal is to be great and bring some energy and run to the ball. So that's what we're doing, and it's going to burn a lot of calories and a lot of energy. So,
Personally, do you feel more healthy than you were last year this time?
yeah, I do. Last year around this time, I think I pulled a hamstring and I was out for 2 weeks. I'm still rolling right now, take care of my body. So just knock on wood, stay healthy, and just keep running to the ball.
Yeah, way comfortable. But there's still things I got to tighten up on. But I just got, like I said, just keep asking coaches questions and keep harping on them. The best way for me to understand and learn it. Oh, it's way different. The coach staff, the 2 different coach staffs, but the ones from last year, I liked them a lot. As you see, some guys didn't, but this year's though they're very own it. Like they own us a lot about being in the right place at the pushing us to be better this year. So it's just all about just going out there, keep getting better, and we not worried about last year. Last year this time, y'all didn't see me for about 2 weeks, so I'm good this year. So I'm just going out there, just trying to keep getting better, and whatever they want me to do, I'm doing it. So it's always intention to come back slimmer. I was fat last year when you seen me. Wow, that's crazy. That's how you feel that way. I needed to come back a little bit more slimmer this year. So I've been eating better, I feel better. My knee feels better, so I'm just trying to play ball, get in the right position so I can get some time on this field.
Do you feel that's helped a little bit with like coverage and things like that? Some of the other things are asking you to do this week.
Oh yeah, I've never had trouble in coverage. Well, I just got to go out there and do it, and I just got to keep getting them to believe in me, and I just got to keep going out there and playing ball.
Reggie.
Oh, Steeman Niemann, that's my guy. Last year he was a little smaller. This year he's bigger, but Ben has always been a very smart football player. So if you're out there watching him, you're gonna see him put everybody in the right position, and then get himself in the position too. So, but Ben's a great player and even better person off the field. So I'm happy for him. He's getting better. He's pushing me. He's pushing everybody out there on the field.
Hey Reggie, a couple more guys. How's the chemistry building up so far in training camp this year?
Oh man, it's fun getting to understand some of these personalities. Frank's different, you know. Tyron's different. Everybody's different on the field. So we just gotta keep getting to know each other outside and bring it to the field. So, but for the most part, I like the guys that Veach has brought in. Everybody's good people on the field. Everybody's dog. Everybody's playing hard. Everybody's talking to each other to become better players. So I like the guys we got in this locker room.
Now, the last thing that I want to mention is both the linebackers are very, very specific about not bringing or not wanting to talk in depth about last season. It was very much a, hey, new staff, new year, we're moving on kind of mentality. And I think that's a good thing because both of them had frustrating seasons, and I think they need to just put it in the past and move forward with a new scheme. But there's a lot to be done, and I think these guys are both capable of it, and I think we're going to see them in different combinations with other players, but going to be moving around quite a bit because of what we've seen so far in training camp.
But we're not really speaking on last year's or whatever. It's about 2019 and how we're going to embrace it. And one of the things is be great and bring energy. So that's what we're trying to do.
Last year was last year, but this year's all, we got a new coaching staff on the defensive side, so it's all about just keep getting better, learning the scheme, and then just enjoy the moment, man. Last year was a good moment for us in this program. We strive to be the AFC championship this year. We're trying to go Super Bowl, so we just got to keep working, keep getting better, keep being physical, keep being tough mentally on this side of the ball. And so far, we're doing a good job of it, but we're not where we want to be, but we're getting there.
Yeah, well, it starts with Spags. That guy, I'm sure you guys interviewed him a couple of times. He has a lot of energy, and he just feeds off from this coaching staff all the way to the players. And we needed that, and I'm just glad he's part of our defensive staff.
And the big thing that both of them mentioned is the energy. Hitchens specifically mentioned the energy Spags brings and how much the change in staffs has affected practice and the linebackers in general, and that's key. Being more aggressive, being more energetic, having energy in practice helps you bring that energy to the game. And again, more things going downhill, going exactly where they're supposed to be. No more reading, no more trying to decipher what's going on and then react to it. Energy, intent, instinct, those are all things that are going to help this defense, and I'm really keen to see it and try to get it going. They're going to play here this weekend, so we'll get a glimpse, although I think it's going to be pretty short-lived. About a quarter for the starters is generally the way that it's going to go. So let me know how you feel about the linebackers. Leave your comments below and hit the thumbs up if you like it. I'll be back. I'll have my 5 things to watch in this first preseason game here for Friday, and then I'll be in training camp next week. So make sure you check all those out. Go back and check the last video on Kendall Fuller as well. Thanks for watching. Make sure you check these out, and I'll talk to you next time.